There we are. So Tongfu, they did have first pick here coming into game number 1 of this series, and they managed to pick up the Invoker, Ember Spirit, and the Centaur, banned out by IG. And Lycan Batrider, banned out by Tongfu. Nothing too crazy about it. That will open up for a first pick Sand King coming out for IG. Oh, God. Nice to be back in the upstairs studio, folks. The last few days I've been slated to do the bedroom cast. Nice to be back at the real deal here. Have some camera and get to talk to all of you fun guys in chat. We have no delay on the stream for WPC Ace. So remember to keep us up to date in Twitch chat with the latest. I'll do my best to keep my eyes on what you guys are saying. My eyes on the prize. And let me know if we have any audio issues or what have yous. Please mute. Oh, man. So IG will also second pick their Enchantress. That will take out their 2 supports with their first picks. And pretty standard as well. Sand King, the value support these days in the Eastern scene. And some teams, they like themselves the Enchantress. IG, one of them. Not surprised to see the Centaur banned out, but I have to admit a little bit surprised to see the Ember Spirit first banned by IG. He's still a pretty potent hero, but we've seen a lot of teams opting for the Invoker over Ember Spirit ban, especially out here in the East. We were just talking about that. We went out to dinner last night at the BTS with the BTS crew about Ember Spirit and how broken is he really right now compared to heroes like Lycan, like Batrider. I don't know if he's quite on that same level, but that other support that we've all come to love and enjoy still left in the pool, the Ancient Apparition, I have to imagine maybe something that Tongfu will consider coming up here. Almost a little bit surprised to see that IG didn't just scoop him up straight out of the gate. Tongfu are on a little bit of a losing streak right now. I saw chat blow up a bit as soon as they showed the win rates over the past however long that's been tracking, and yeah, Tongfu, they're on a bit of a down streak here, but to be fair, they have been playing against some of the greatest teams in the world, and, well, their performance at WPC has, I don't want to say lackluster, they put up pretty good games, but unfortunately they haven't been able to close a lot of them out into successful victories. So maybe tonight will be their night, maybe they'll upset IG, we'll see. There's that Ancient Apparition second pick that I mentioned. Not remotely surprised to see that one come out. And the next round of bans, it will be Void banned out from IG. And Tongfu will ban out the Nature's Prophet. 2 potent heroes as well. I imagine... Tongfu will be looking to ban out Carries of Sorts. Yeah, there's a Luna 4th ban. And IG will actually ban out the Wraith King. We've seen him picked up in a plethora of roles. We've seen a little bit of that of his Position 1 Skeleton King, as well as some of the more like Position 4 Skeleton King. Both of them have worked okay, but we won't see it here. IG just go ahead straight away and pick up their Lifestealer. So I have to imagine some sort of delivery vehicle will be inbound next. Maybe a Puck, maybe a Storm Spirit, something like that. Tongfu banned out a lot of offlaners here, and then a couple of carries. So those 2 potent mid-heroes still available for him. But pretty open-ended drafts to get things started. Having a bit of a crisis here at the BTS house. We're completely out of coffee, guys. I was slated for the leftovers in the bottom of the last pot and threw it in the microwave. It's lackluster, but it's something. I'm going to have to go out and do an emergency coffee run at some point here. So Tongfu, they have their first support, they have their mid-hero. Of course, Invoker, that kind of that flex pick these days. I've seen a lot of teams put him in the safe lane, especially since the resurgence of the Exort Invoker seems to be upon us. But there you go, Tongfu with the Elder Titan, 3rd pick. Very interesting. Lately, we've seen a little bit of Elder Titan play here and there, but mostly just when paired with the Ember Spirit. But Tongfu, maybe they'll look for a Dazzle as their second support. The Weave mixed with Natural Order is pretty potent. But there's your Puck for IG. There's your delivery vehicle for the Lifestealer, your nice tempo controller in the mid lane. You've got your 2 reasonably aggressive supports there with Sand King and Enchantress. And now IG just need to find themselves an offlaner of sorts. I'm pretty darn curious to see what Tongfu do with this 4th pick, though. With the Elder Titan already, this is an interesting draft, and whoa, daddy, it's an Enigma. Even more interesting. So some Wombo combo setup here. Very well could be an Exort Invoker. Meatballs and Deafening Blast coming down all over the place. On top of Black Hole and Earth Splitter. Could be a bit scary with your Ancient Apparition. On top of that, some Cold Feet and some ultimates there. Ice Blasts left and right. But kind of a difficult setup, and not the strongest laners. I mean, Ancient Apparition does pretty well in the early stage with the Chilling Touch, but still very susceptible to early gank, which is something IG have plenty of. Enigma not great at roaming early on, nor the Elder Titan, not really known for his lane presence, especially in this patch. So we'll see what support they ban out. IG opt to ban the Naga Siren, so assuming that Tongfu wouldn't have mind running her as a support. That could have worked, actually. Decent setup for the Elder Titan and Enigma, as well as the Invoker. So a smart ban. A little surprised to see Naga make it all the way through this far into the draft. And Tongfu, they'll ban out Dark Seer, a potent offlaner that IG may have been considering. Still a number of offlaners in the pool here. Something like a Mirana wouldn't be too bad. Centaur's been banned out, as well as the Bat Rider and Nature's Prophet. Clockwork, also an option if IG were looking for another delivery vehicle there for the Infest Bombs. Clockwork works pretty well for that. Timber Saw, also an option. Not particularly strong here. Decent against the Elder Titan, but definitely not a strength core lineup coming out of Tongfu. And there's your Mirana last pick. So pretty well-rounded draft for IG. You've got your Sacred Arrow Initiation, a nice mobile offlaner with the Mirana, a mobile and elusive mid lane, and then a pretty potent tri-lane. Probably, well, definitely a safe lane tri-lane. They'll put the Sand Kings. This is a little bit awkward, where you would want that Sand King to be in the jungle, getting up his stacks, using his Sandstorm, but Enchantress will be wanting to clear out those same spots in the jungle. So that will mess things up for IG a little bit. And with Enchantress, Sand King, you would normally want Enchantress in the jungle and then that other support actually in lane supporting the Lifestealer. And Sand King, he can rotate in, try and set up ganks here and there, but ultimately doesn't have that same kind of lane presence that someone like an Ancient Apparition would if the roles were reversed here. Now, Tongfu will need a carry to round off their roster. Something like a Luna would have been pretty nice here if they can take it into late game. Oh, it's going to be a Weaver 5th pick. And a pretty good game for it as well. Not a lot of lockdown. For the Radiant side, you'll have to excuse me just a moment here. There we go. Buttery smooth camera. Alright, let's hop right into the game here and finally get our Dota sounds. Oh, these aren't the right overlays. Who touched my overlays? Oh, boy. Somebody's gonna get it. And... oh, I guess these are right. They're just in awkward positions. Alright, looks like we could see an early skirmish here, though. I gotta stop looking at the overlays and pay more attention to the game. Chilling Touch comes out, but no engagement happens. Alright, somebody changed my overlays without my knowing. Let me put it that way here. Let me just... let me just do... there we go. That looks a little better. Not floating out into space. Okay, glad we made it into the game, folks. Somebody's gonna get it. On the Radiant side, we do have Team Tongfu. We'll have Q playing on the Enigma, who appears to be starting off in the Radiant jungle. We've got Weaver, played by someone. Let's see if we can check out these profiles. Weaver will be played by Sorry Fox. No surprise about that. And the Ancient Apparition. We could probably use deductive reasoning skills here. Well, he'll be set to private. And... well, we'll have U9 playing on the Invoker, headed to the mid lane, and in the off lane it will be MT playing on the Elder Titan. On the dire side of things, we do have Team IG Invictus Gaming, and they will have YYF playing on the Lifestealer. Looks like he'll be the one slated for the off lane here. It will be Faith playing on the support Sand King. In the mid lane, it'll be Ferrari 420 playing on the Fairy Dragon Puck. Chuan will be jungling, sproiking around on that Enchantress, and that means Z going to be on the Position 1 Mirana here, slated for safe lane farming. So they will choose to offlane this life stealer, which is a little bit interesting. With Enigma in the jungle, that makes his time a little bit easier, but Ancient Apparition Weaver, a lot of synergy between these heroes. We all know about the Chilling Touch Geminative Tax synergy. YYF will have his work cut out for him here. Q will wrap around already. Did go Malefice level 1, no Eidolons. This is a very interesting opener for the Enigma. You can't really jungle without Eidolons all that effectively, so this is like an early fighting build. Looks like he really thought that they were going to take a fight at level 1. Meanwhile, up top, they'll find a kill on Elder Titan as Enchantress wraps around already. First blood comes out, and, well, it goes to the Dire, but that bonus gold split amongst the heroes, and Elder Titan already struggling. Just as I'm struggling with my camera work. Caught the tail end of it, folks, but we'll be all more on point. Honestly, I thought YYF was going to be the one to take the initial spill, as this Enigma is now just hanging out in lane, leeching experience from the Weaver because there's nothing else he can do about it. Already, Tongfu are off to a rocky start here with this Enigma just kind of hanging out. And this is extra unfortunate because Enigma is one of the fastest junglers in the game. I mean, he can keep up with the mid-heroes pretty darn effectively. And both Puck as well as the Invoker about to hit level 3. Enigma just now hitting level 2, so he's already a bit behind where he should be at this current point in time. Chuan found himself a Wild Wing Ripper and has the Tornado headed towards the mid lane, looking to get a little bit of maybe lane control going the way of Puck, just harass U9. Can't underestimate how much damage this Tornado does in the early levels. But Elder Titan halfway through level 2 does have his brown boots. How's the Life Stealer doing? He's been in experience range a little bit longer here. He's past the level 3 mark and has at least picked up a couple of CS. Sitting 5-1. Elder Titan only 3-1 himself. So the offlane going the way of IG. The position ones are just about dead even. Sorry Fox's Weaver with 11 CS. And Z's Potom 11 CS as well. In the mid lane, dead even also. 7 CS apiece. So everything is just about even right now, except this Enigma off to the slow start. And Chuan, well, he was off to the races. He's already secured that first kill. And now he's just jungling away happily. Only halfway through level 2, but doing what every Enchantress should. Has herself a Hellbear Smasher, just smashing people here in the jungle. Giving them the old 1-2 left-right, picks up another smoke. And Chuan will be looking to stay aggressive here. Now, I thought it would be an off-lane Mirana for sure, but this double stun has already proved pretty potent. The Elder Titan is pretty tanky, but he just doesn't have a scary lane presence now. They nerfed the scouting range on Astral Spirit in 6.8, 6.7, one of these patches. And ever since then, he has just fallen off so much. And part of his problem as well is you really need setup for Earth Splitter. It's not really a great initiator and not even always the best finisher. It's just sort of a good damage dealer in the middle of a team fight. And you need somebody else to set it up for you, and usually you need somebody else with good follow-up damage to make it happen. So we'll see how they utilize the Elder Titan here, but out of the gate, not getting a hell of a lot in the way of farm. To be fair, nor is this Life Stealer, but IG should be able to make up for it. They've got plenty of Space Creators here for the mid-game, between the Puck as well as the Mirana. And hell, even this Sand King, he's having a pretty good time just farming away in the jungle. 6 CS himself, has his brown boots up already, and well on his way to Arcanes. Sean looking for a gank, wraps around, does have a Satyr as well as a Hellbear. And they may very well just dive this top tier 1 tower and pressure this Elder Titan. There is a Radiant Ward up on the high ground, so they see this gank coming. He knows what Chuan is up to, and they may just settle for a tower push instead. No, he'll go straight into the creeps.
Where are you going?
Thunderclap, actually off the mark, but he gets enchanted. Follow-up damage just isn't there. Chuan completely zones him out, but won't have enough to secure the kill. Instead, they'll settle for the tower, and they've got a big push with him here. They've got a siege creep as well. Tower taking heavy damage. Glyph available for Tongfu, but they're just not in a position to defend. Not much the Elder Titan can do in this situation, and he'll be forced to watch his tower fall. Down she goes. Last hit goes to the Dire, and IG, with this fast push, will get their first tower kill within the first 5 minutes of the match. About 1,000 gold and experience going their way. A nice early edge. They'll continue to press forward, though. Starstorm once again on the creeps. Enchantress, she's pretty much out of creeps, but they've got another big push, and hey, why stop? Tongfu, they'll be forced to rotate. Invoker comes out of the mid lane. He has gone Quas Wex. Only level 5. Weaver even ports in, and now IG will back out. They force a TP from the Weaver. Yeah, he'll get a little bit of farm cleaning up this wave, but now they pull Sorry Fox way out of position, and that should make YYF's life a little bit easier here in the off lane. Tongfu, they'll have the same idea, but by the time Enigma gets to lane, it's already a little bit too late. Eidolons will despawn. Tier 1 tower takes virtually no damage as IG. They burn the glyphs straight away, and they get the better of that exchange, to say the least here. And Punk even getting a little bit of extra space in the mid lane, now pulling ahead of the Invoker by just a couple of CS as he was forced to rotate. So good news across the board for Invictus Gaming. Puck, Brown Boots, Bottle, Invoker. He's working on the phase boots, but not quite there yet. Mr. Donkey with wings. Look at this courier. You don't get to see this courier too often anymore. IG keeping it simple with the classic. Just regular donkey with wings. Boots coming out for Twan. Yet another smoke as well as some wards. Plenty of consumables to go around here. We'll probably see another gank inbound once he gets the creeps that he's looking for. Has himself a Hellbear Smasher right now. And may find something else in just a moment. Puck out. Regeneration rune here at the 6-minute mark. Weaver. He'll try to snag it. Will he get here in time? No, he will not. Ferrari, 430. I said 420 earlier. It's Ferrari 430. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. He gets the regeneration rune here at the 6-minute mark. Rotates back towards the mid. And they'll just go back to farming. Pretty slow early game. Only 1 kill on the board here in the first 6.5 minutes. But it's not for lack of trying. Twan has been moving around quite a bit. Has himself just the Hellbear Smasher here. The wannabe Ursa. With the most awkward looking face I've ever seen. Just look at this thing. It looks so ridiculous. It's got no nose, for Christ's sake. Oh boy. Tongfu, they'll rotate down bottom. And even bring their Elder Titan with him here. They leave the Weaver up top, so he can farm away. And they'll try and pressure this tower. YYF, he goes straight in. TP forward. Infest bomb. Open wounds out on MT. And this will just be a dead Elder Titan. Easy tower defense. Puck finishes him off with an orb. Jaunts forward. And now they have this Enigma in their sights. He's only level 5. That means no black hole. And, oh, they even burned a Dream Coil for it. He'll try and TP out. They've got no interrupt. And Q will survive. Easy peasy. Nice heads-up play to recognize after the Dream Coil's burned. They've got very little. They threw the Sacred Arrow, but Mirana was just there a little bit too late to interrupt that one. Regardless, nice hold from IG, and they get a free kill out of it. It is Puck that got the last hit. And I don't know that they'll transition this into a tower kill. Looks like they may just back up and go back to farming. Is there really no Dota TV audio? Somebody was using this computer for trickery, I swear to you. Let's take a look here very quickly. Open mic is turned off. Well done, guys. Somebody was playing on this computer. Roland says, oh, I bet it was Roland. Look at him. He's got the guilty face. Somebody was using this for playing Dota. There we go. Gods, you snaky devil. Cheeky bastard. Oh, boy. Having heaps of fun on the casting PC. They're not changing the settings back. Sorry about that, guys. We've got the in-game sounds working now. That's what Twitch chat's for. Keep me on my toes. Glad you guys can keep us up to date with all the issues here, because we're slacking on the home front. I do apologize for that one. Probably should have double-checked it, but to be fair, we never changed this. Who uses the casting PC to play? He's got a computer in his room. Jesus. Actually, I guess his laptop broke. I should be fair. Poor gods. The other day he came into the kitchen and was just like, guys, my laptop smells like burnt plastic. It's like, I think that means you're having a problem. So, alright, I won't throw him under the bus here, but back into this game. Looks like YYF will just go for Handamitis. He wants to find a little bit of recovery for him, and he actually will. Now that they've rotated around a bit, he's got 19 CS, still towards the bottom of the pack compared to the leading farmers, Mirana and Weaver, sitting at about 42, 43. Still pretty far behind, but if you compare him to the Elder Titan, he's found a fair bit of recovery. Elder Titan just on brown boots as well as Soul Ring, and YYF now has the Handamitis complete. So he'll clear out a couple of Mud Golems here, and he'll be well on his way to some phase boots, maybe some drums, picking up that armlet. Pretty standard lifestealer stuff, but he'll start to come online here before too long. In the mid-game, though, IG have themselves covered. They're Mirana, doing quite well for herself. Phase Boots, Ring of Aquila, and I think there's something coming on that courier. There sure is. That's a Bracer. So he's tanking up a little bit, probably going Phase Drums himself. Pretty standard carry Mirana build, and can get away with it, given this farm. Sorry, Fox. Went Power Treads first, Ring of Basilius, probably working on a Lincoln's, but really not close to it at all. His farm is okay, nothing special. No towers have gone down, no kills have come out for Tongfu, so just straight CS. And we'll see Sorry Fox actually burned the time-lapse here to juke that arrow from Z. And now we'll do a fair bit of return damage. Mirana does have a leap here, but needs to be a bit careful. This Weaver, he's going to press forward, and he might find himself a kill. Moonlight Shadow comes out. Chikuchi still on the mark. He finds a free kill. There you go. First one on the board for Tongfu. Z just underestimating the amount of damage the Weaver can put out. Oh, man, that was just a disaster. Easy peasy. Nice use of the time-lapse. Thought it might have been a little bit overzealous. But perhaps not. Sorry Fox rewarded for his greed there. Man, he picks up the first kill on the board. U9, invisibility rune on, trying to set up a kill in the mid lane. There's the cold snap. Ferrari 430. He just gets obliterated. Ice Blast comes in. MT with the Astral Spirit makes it an easy kill. And that'll put the second kill on the board. All of a sudden, we're tied up 2-2 here. Still a sizable lead for IG. 2,000 gold, just about 500 experience. But Tongfu with some momentum. YYF actually takes some pressure down to the bottom lane. There's a black hole here. Malefice already been burned and can't get in position to connect with an easy black hole. But I think that would have been a kill. Eidolon's nearby. AA with ice or Chilling Touch already on, ready to throw in those right clicks. I think they could have done it. But big item pickup for IG here. There's your Blink Dagger on Sand King. Just at the 11-minute mark goes Blink before Arcane Boots, a build you couldn't do before Blink Dagger was buffed. But now that doesn't cost any mana, you can get away with it. He did go the more aggressive build. 4 points in Burrow Strike at level 7, 2 in Sandstorm, and also grabbing Epicenter. It seems a lot of Sand Kings here in the East have been getting that level 9 Epicenter and getting those extra points in Sandstorm to make farming a little bit easier. But not Faith. He wants to be aggressive earlier on, and he don't need no Arcane Boots. 3 of them will smoke up here, Chuan, Faith, and Ferrari. They'll rotate to the bottom. They ping out the Enigma. Do we have in-game sounds as well, folks? Do we need to turn these up? Like in-game Dota noises. Oh, there's the blink forward from Faith. Burrow Strike on the mark. Enigma just gets obliterated. Cold Snap onto the Sand King. They'll just go straight into Sandstorm mode, and they'll probably clear up these Eidolons here, get a little bit of extra farm. It'll actually go the other way. They'll finish off the Dark Troll Summoner from the Enchantress. And now IG will just back out. So they find 1 kill out of it. Easy pickings on the Enigma. No sound. No. Yes, no. Oh, God, too many yeses and nos. Roland, turn on the stream and tell me if I need to turn up the in-game sounds.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
oh,
attack.
boy. And, of course, while I'm dealing with that, they find a kill on the Ancient Apparition. That one's my bad, guys. But they find him in the jungle. They've got a lot of stuns. They've got a lot of lockdown. Not too surprised to see all AA there take a spill. Now, they will cut the lane down here in the bottom lane. IG looking to pressure this tower, but there will be some rotations. 2 TPs, Weaver and Enigma. There's a black hole online for Q. They could try to set something up. He's about halfway to the mech. Has a buckler, but that's it. And nope, IG will just back out. They won't overcommit. Pretty... Sounds good? Up or down? Or solid? We're solid? Okay. Awesome. That's all I needed to know. Thank you. So, surprise inside. Ferrari looking to hop forward. Infest Bomb ready. It'll be a full 5-man rotation from IG. Mirana moving down to the bottom lane. Phase boots on. Seatbelts ready. We're going to see a fight break out here. Enigma trying to counter ward. Black hole used on just the solo Mirana. Meanwhile, around the backside, they'll finish off the Elder Titan. Puck comes in. That's a 2-man coil. Finishes, interrupts the Enigma for the few seconds that were left. And now just a Moonlight Shadow. IG, they'll retreat out. That's it. That was a little bit less climactic than I thought it would be. Ends up just being a free kill on the Elder Titan. Black hole on the solo Mirana. Meanwhile, the rest of IG just gangbang the Elder Titan. Poor guy, he just can't catch a break this game. That'll now take Elder Titan to 1-3-0. No assists on the board. He's got absolutely nothing. IG don't even translate it to a tower push. They just play it safe, back out to safety. 4,000 gold, 3,000 experience. And they just play it safe. Well, sorry, I got a little too excited for that black hole, guys. What can I say? I thought it would be. I thought there was going to be a lot of follow-up there, and they didn't even find the kill on the Mirana. It was just a defensive black hole. That's it. That's all they got. Now there is a blink dagger up on the puck as well. So IG, they've got plenty of initiation. They're hiding in the trees here. Burrow Strike with an epicenter. They'll jump onto U9. That's a dead Invoker. Now Q trying to pour it out. There will be no Dream Coil. No Burrow Strike either. Another good heads-up play from the Enigma. He knows when to TP home. If there's one thing that this guy knows, is when to TP out when the interrupts have already been burned. That's the second time now with the heads-up play. MT as well. In the mid, he'll just say, hey, you know what, Lifestealer? You engage on me. I'll TP back to the well. So, a couple of deaths averted there with simple TP scrolls. But they do find a kill on the Invoker. Great setup from the Sand King. Well played by YYF. Why did I misclick? Not YYF. Well played by Faith. And now has his Arcane Boots up, so that makes his life a little bit easier. Bottom Tier 1 tower finally taking some hefty pressure. Rotation from the Invoker. Does throw out an EMP Tornado. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, YYF and Z pressuring this Tier 1 tower. YYF will dive the
is under
tower
attack.
and pulls the creep wave. Enigma from the side. Tried to harass back the Mirana, but no black hole for another 70 seconds. Won't be the easiest defense for Tongfu here in the mid lane. I think they're going to have to sacrifice one of these towers. They just don't have the resources to deal with the split pushing. And they do have Weaver up top, chipping away at a tower of his own. But YYF ports up. And he'll clear out the creep wave, create some space for Ferrari. Just TPs aplenty coming out for Tongfu. They're ping-ponging around. Maybe looking for a deny. Ferrari could be in some trouble. There's the burrow strike forward on the Weaver. They've got plenty of lockdown, and they'll shut him down before he can even time-lapse. Now the Dream Coil onto U9. Throws the Tornado, connects onto the puck. Follow-up damage won't be there to finish off the Invoker. He'll secure the deny on this tower. Now they come in. There's the burrow strike. The double blink, boys. Makes another easy kill, and that'll push IG further ahead now, 8-2, as they add another one to the scoreboard. The blink boys are in full effect here. And that Invoker, he was just not ready for it. Double damage rune out on the Enchantress. Sprinking around in Radiant territory. And oh, the Sand King, he'll get picked off by an Ice Blast. Ancient Apparition, look at you. Finds a kill for IG, a small little pick-me-up there. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, this tier 1 tower taking pretty hefty damage. Double damage rune on Chuan coming in handy. Arrow through the trees. Won't find anyone. Looking for that one last hit. Ancient Apparition secures the deny. Here's another black hole. YYF and Chuan caught inside of it. Enchantress falls, but YYF did have the rage on that entire duration. Now the Malefice comes out. Puck hopping in. Big Waning Rift. Doing a lot of AoE damage. Will be forced to jaunt to the orb. No kills coming the way of IG quite yet. They'll look to isolate the puck. They'll find it. Weaver ends the dominating streak. Z, he makes it out relatively unscathed, as does the Lifestealer. So Tongfu, the tower gets denied, and they grab a couple of kills. All in all, a pretty good hold. And that'll put a dent in the lead for IG, but they're still holding on to the momentum in this game. About 7,500 gold, 3,000 experience going the way of the Dire. Even though these towers are getting denied left and right. At least they're finding map objectives. Tongfu are yet to secure a tower kill for themselves. So that's part of the lead that IG have set up. And also, they just won the laning phase. Looking at the raw CS score, a lot of red floating towards the top. Weaver's the big breadwinner for Tongfu, and actually the last hit leader with 90 CS. But other than that, everyone looking pretty lackluster. Elder Titan compared to the Lifestealer, 30 CS to the 83 of Nakes. A huge disparity. And IG, they've had enough mucking around. They're going to do a 4-man smoke. They'll rotate down into the Radiant jungle, and looking for an opportunity to pick up some kills. Now Mirana, he won't be with him. Z will just head up towards that top lane. He needs to work on his Yasha. And IG, the Blink boys in the front lines. They'll get revealed by the Elder Titan. They ping it out. Puck blinks forward. Will he burn the Dream Coil for this? Yes, he will. That's how this fight will start off. There's the Blink. Burrow Strike, follow up. Plenty of damage. And Enchantress secures the last hit. It'll be a 4-man smoke for just the Elder Titan, so not really ideal for IG. They were hoping for a much better fight than that. Or a much more successful fight, I guess I should say. But all things considered, not too shabby. Now they'll burn the Moonlight Shadow as they wrap around the top lane. Maybe they'll be able to catch this Enigma. Maybe the Ancient Apparition. No, it'll be Enigma. There's your Blink Burrow Strike to start things off. Epicenter being channeled. It goes off. Mech for the Enigma. Does get popped, but just not enough. Level 2 Epicenter just obliterating the Enigma. Oh, boy. In the mid, YYF, he takes a cold snap, and it ends up just being bait. IG, they'll hop forward, but out comes the Ghost Walk. Right away, a Sentry Ward comes down, but it's actually in tower range, and a couple of tower shots come out. And that will counter their Sentry. And IG will just be forced to retreat here. So Elder Titan, we talked about it in the draft, just a little bit lackluster right now. Doesn't really bring enough to the table, and most teams don't value him all that much. And, well, this game, a pretty good example of why teams don't value him too much. He's just a little bit lackluster as an offlaner. He doesn't have a huge recovery. I mean, compared this clunky bastard to like something like the Centaur. You know, Centaur, he's got that global ultimate. He can actually find recovery farm. He's got a lot of burst damage. He's got a big stun. It's easy to connect with. He can get a blink dagger. His item progression is pretty straightforward. Instead, what's he getting here? Is he working on a pipe? Enigma already has the mech. So it's kind of like he wanted to get mech, so he got the headdress, and they were like, no, Enigma's going to get it. Don't worry about it. So you can just go force staff, buddy. Anything you can to stop dying. Just an awkward build here for this Elder Titan. It's rather unfortunate. We will see Puck with an invisibility rune and the surprise inside, looking for the Infest Bomb, trying to pick on this poor Enigma. They won't find the opening. Instead, they'll settle for the Invoker. Waiting Rift to start things off. Dream Coil, Infest damage, easy kill. And Ferrari does pick up that last hit with the Illusory Orb. Great use of that invisibility rune. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Z just chipping away at this tower. He's almost got a Yasha complete. Is it sitting on the courier? Yeah, it sure is. And, ooh, that's a Sanj coming out for YYF. So maybe a little S&Y action, finding some recovery with that Hand of Midas. Just heads up to the top lane. We'll start poking away at Sorry Fox here. Wants to hold his top tier 1 tower. And Z will get repelled from the bottom lane. Right now, the only thing keeping Tongfu in this game is the Weaver. 7,500 gold and experience league going the way of IG. He is the only one farming reasonably well. And Sorry Fox, he's about to have a Lincoln, so that's something. But is it enough is the question, and I venture to say no. One of the problems with Weaver is kind of your, not really a single core because they have an Invoker, but your single carry for this game. He's just a little bit too easy to lock down. He's forced to go Lincolns first. But that, I mean, Puck just, they have enough to deal with it. They can break this Lincolns. They've got plenty of lockdown. The silence from Puck in particular has been very potent against this Weaver. And they've even been able to kill him a couple of times this game. He is, or one time, pardon me, 2-1-0, but they've kept him from running amok so far. Maybe he can pick up a Desolator and start carrying hard, but by then the Nakes he's already come online. I mean, look at the net worth chart. He's ahead of the Weaver, and he was in the off lane. Weaver still hasn't caught up to the, quote, position 1 of IG, who was the Mirana that had all that early safe lane farm. So he still has a lot of catching up to do before his farm starts to get scary. And even IG, you can consider Puck a core for all intents and purposes here. His farm is strong enough. He's got a Dagon coming out. Plenty of burst damage to deal with all Weavy there. I don't care how many Scarabs you put out, Mr. Weaver. You're just not going to carry hard enough. Invoker, he's trying to get himself an Orchid. He's got the first Oblivion Staff there, but his farm is just so lackluster. We're 22 minutes in, and he's got half an Orchid at best. Looks like we could see some initiation here. Moonlight Shadow comes out from IG to get things started. Q, Black Hole just on the solo YYF. There's the Bro Strike to interrupt it. YYF survives. He'll get finished off by the Elder Titan, but it will cost them their Enigma. A worthy use of the Black Hole since they were able to secure the kill. Z now on the back foot. And Tongfu, they may try and press forward. Looks like they'll find a tower kill out of this. Yeah, they sure will. Ancient Apparition gets the last hit. Really not a bad fight for Tongfu. They trade Enigma for the hard farming Lifestealer. That's a pretty good trade. You can see that IG, respect, they'll back out. They still have the Dream Coil though. They still have an Epicenter, not enough mana, but they've got the cooldown. Tongfu won't press their luck. Realize they're lucky to get a 1-for-1 and a tower. Great exchange for them considering their position they're in, and they will just back out. Alright. Well, we've got a game on our hands, folks. That puts a little dent in the golden experience lead that IG have picked up for themselves. That's a Lincoln's now out on Weaver. Now out on Weaver. What am I talking about? There's your 4 staff for Elder Titan. Also level 11. So he did come in handy right there. Secured that kill. It looked like Lifestealer would get away. He is good at sniping those snaky last hits with the Earth Splitter, right as you think they're going to make it out. And, well, coming in handy. MT showing us his value. 2, 4, and 2. 4 staff online. We'll see him scooting around. That big booty. Elder Titan is one big dude, you have to admit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dagon now out on the Puck, and maybe it would have been a different fight if Faith had a little bit more mana, but this Dagon is going to be scary. We'll see it in action here as Weaver starting to get a little bit gully. Does hop forward. There's the Dream Coil. They proc the Lincolns. Bro Strike. Epicenter. They won't even need it. They've got more than enough damage. Sand King gets credit for the kill, but overkill there on the Weaver. He didn't even get to time lapse. And I'm not sure what popped the Lincolns there. I think it was the Dagon actually. The Bro Strike was on the mark and did connect with the stun. So more than enough damage, and Weaver just gets dropped like he's hot. Invoker, is that an Orchid I smell? Nope. That's 2 Oblivion Stabs and a TP scroll. And oh, is that a little Shagbark Courier? All right, look at you matching my HUD. What an adorable courier that guy is. Shagbark there. He's got the cool shades. Look at him. Actually not a courier you see all that often. 2 rare couriers in this game in context of the competitive scene. The classic courier that no one uses anymore, and the Shagbark, another old school courier. Looks like Sanj and Yasha coming out on Lifestealer. The old Sang and Yang combo there. No, not bad. Phase drums. Sanj and Yasha here at the 25-minute mark after that early Midas. YYF has certainly found recovery farm. Still top of the net worth chart. and just moves straight into the Ancients. Enigma, level 11. Ogre Club in the inventory. He's working on a BKB, boys. Still pretty far off the mark, but he's working on it. And Ancient Apparition. Going for the Ag Scepter. Did get an urn first, and has the point booster now. Still quite the ways off, though. Only 300 gold in the bank. Elder Titan, if he's going for a pipe, he'll have a Hood of Defiance before too long. I guess pipe is a worthwhile investment here. Sand King with the Epicenter. A lot of magic damage between him, Puck, and even the Marana puts out a lot of magic damage as well. So I reckon it'd be a good item choice here. Veil of Discord will be up next for the Sand King, but oh no, Weaver. Lincolns gets popped. They're on the spot with the Burrow Strike, and oh boy. More than enough damage to shut him down. Gem on the Puck. They didn't even have to guess. Easy kills coming out. It almost feels like he got that Dagon just as a Lincoln's breaker. It's the only way he's used it so far, but it's secured 2 out of 2 kills on the Weaver. And IG just punishing that position 1 of Tongfu so hard. If IG was just running around picking up solo kills on casual supports, you know, just like, oh, Ancient Apparition, oh, Elder Titan here and there. It's not that big a deal for Tongfu, but they've just been finding casual kills on this Weaver. And he is the hero that is keeping Tongfu in it. And now IG, they'll just rotate straight into Roche. 4 of them get hit by the Ice Blast, but the Nature's Attendants come out. Sand King on the high ground does have an Epicenter. This will probably be an uncontested Roche. Just not much that Tongfu can do about it. They'll station about the high ground on the other side of the pit, but they won't get it in time. Roshan falls. It is Lifestealer who grabs the Aegis. Arrow flies across the river. Does not connect, and the Earth Splitter actually did fly. Looks like it did a little bit of damage. Almost finished off Faith. But at the end of the day, Tongfu do hand it over uncontested, and they burn an ultimate. So a little bit, little lackluster there for our Radiant side, but it's okay. I don't think they really could have contested anyhow, unless Enigma had a blink. If Enigma had a blink dagger, they could have set up for a big black hole, but that wasn't happening. There's no way for Q to get into the pit. Now about a 10,000 gold, 12,000 experience lead for Invictus Gaming. And they're starting to run away with it a little bit here. Once that Veil of Discord comes out for the Sand King, things will be very scary for Tongfu. Faith is already doing a lot of damage. 2, 1, and 10. 12 of the 14 kills have come about with him nearby. And uh-oh, Ferrari. He'll get initiated upon, but, well, they've got plenty of follow-up damage. Puck's there with the Dagon, and they just obliterate that Ancient Apparition who was foolish enough to put down a Sentry Ward while they were invisible. Now, U9. He is Ghost Walked, but Ferrari, he's the one carrying the gem, and oh, he'll blink up. They don't see him, but they see the Weaver. Orchid comes out onto the Puck. Burrow Strike inbound, does get popped by the Lincolns. There's the Epicenter coming, but gem has already been handed over. That was a big kill for Tongfu. They finish off Puck. They end the killing spree, so that's a 450 gold bounty going the way of Invoker, but more importantly, they get the gem. Great use of that Orchid. It's late, but as soon as he grabs it, they secure a kill before it was scattered out by IG. Very nicely done by U9. Showing Tongfu have a sign of life. Still a long ways to go, but still in it to win it. Elder Titan will make it a casual headdress here. He's just got the Sange, and it looks like he'll be going for a halberd. A good item on Elder Titan. Ups his tankiness a little bit and just gives him a bit more utility. Just still giggling at this casual headdress here. Marana just pressuring the bottom lane a little bit. Has her Manta up now. Another 2,100 gold. So Z is starting to carry pretty decently. Mjolnir may be an item in his future. We'll see what YYF wants to grab as well. He's the one carrying the Aegis. And another 3,000 gold sitting in the bank account. Maybe a Basher. Huh? Some kind of an Abyssal Blade. That could work pretty nicely here. It looks like Weaver is actually going to go Lincolns into BKB. And this is scary for Tongfu. I think they're already lacking on damage output. And Weaver forced to go back-to-back defensive items is just not ideal. Let's see. What's on the Courier? Mithril Hammer? Yep, sure is. And that's going to be a lot of BKPs coming out for Tongfu. There'll be a one on the Enigma. And it looks like Invoker. He's got an Ogre Club of his own. So BKPs aplenty coming out for Tongfu. And I think they're necessary here in this match. But for Weaver, at some point you just have to start doing damage. Generally, you'll see that Lincoln's into Desolator into BKB if he feels he needs it. But at some point, you'll have to pit stop for a damage dealer. And here we go. Initiation down bottom onto U9. Burrow Strike to start things off. Follow-up damage is there. Marana gets credit for the kill. But this ganking squad from IG is just too much. The double blinks on the Puck and the Sand King And then the leap from the Mirana, just too much magic damage. And now I see why that Invoker wants his BKB. Enigma, still no Blink or BKB up. They'll use the Glyph to try and buy some time here in the bottom lane. But I think Z will be able to just finish it off. He'll chip away. No, they'll pull the creeps. And they'll have to wait for this next wave. Ice Blast. Off the mark. Doesn't hit a one of them. Astral Spirit flies forward and will intercept the creeps, but looks like they will keep this tower alive, at least for now. Tongfu rotate out, and Mirana just hanging around. Trying to set the trap. Sand King with the Burrow Strike, hoping to catch the Elder Titan, but he'll just be positioned a bit too effectively. Clearing up the creep wave pretty well, but now the tower will fall into deny range. I think they'll have to commit to finish it off. TP coming in, won't get there in time. And Z gets credit for the last hit. Weaver in the front lines. What happened to that gem that he picked up? Oh, they'll just keep it as a trophy in the base here. So, Yule Scepter now out for Ferrari 430. The Veil of Discord, like I mentioned about the Sand King, is out. So now Faith doing a hell of a lot of damage. Z with 4,000 gold, but there's that Skull Basher coming out from the Life Stealer. So an Abyssal Blade will probably be inbound. He's still the leading farmer by a big margin. Highest level as well, not to be too surprised by that. Handamitis giving you that experience edge. He's level 18. Compared to the next highest on Tongfu is the level 16 Weaver. The Aegis, however, will expire in just about a minute, and I don't think IG will be able to make use of it. They're happy to sit back and farm, and oh, there's the big item from Mirana. Z just going for the hard-hitting Desolator after the Manta. And he is just going to rip through Tongfu. Enigma's got a bit of armor thanks to the mech. Weaver playing agility, but only 8 on the Invoker there, 9 on the Elder Titan when he's in range of the mech. And Ancient Apparition, he's only got 4. So this Desolator really going to be potent. And now IG, they'll be hitting hard, they'll be hitting fast. And this Mirana has really come online as a hard carry. Still actually out-farming the Weaver by quite a bit. Weaver is very close to his BKB, so that'll be something in this next team fight. They won't be able to just burst him down as they have been. But still, he's just not scary. Yeah, he can BKB and lay in the right clicks, but IG, they've got some reset tools, and they've got Nature's Attendants as well. They've got ways to stay alive. And a Weaver with just Lincoln's BKB is not so scary. Now IG grouping up about the mid lane right as the Aegis expires. We'll check that Roche timer in 2 more minutes. Got a little excited there. There's your BKB on the Weaver.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sorry, Fox. A lot's riding on you, pal. IG, they're playing this rather passively, though. With a 14,000 gold, almost 20,000 experience lead, I think they could choose to be a little more aggressive here. At the very least, take out this tier 2 tower mid. Try and force a team fight. Now Tongfu, they'll be the aggressors.
Is under attack.
BKB up on the Enigma. They smoke out into the mid lane, but it will expire. And they won't find anyone from IG. U9, Ghost walks forward. Weaver in the front lines. Maybe Tongfu will be the ones to push here. They're up against the ropes. They need to do something crazy to get back in it. But Z, he'll actually just do a little bit of Rat Dodo. He'll pressure this bottom lane.
Middle tower is under
it gets
attack.
pinged out, and that should be enough to pull Tongfu into full retreat mode.
Radiant's
And they'll try and catch this Mirana while he heads out. The question is, will they actually be able to cut him off? And Z, he leaps into the trees, does have some TP scrolls on him. And he'll just TP out to safety. Great positioning, though. Just that forward posture is enough to pull Tongfu back before they even make it to the tier 2 tower in the mid lane. And whoa, there's your big item pickup from the Life Stealer. He's infest bombed inside of the puck, but he's got himself the Abyssal Blade. A very potent combo with Mirana's Desolator. Once that debuff is on, then they're locked down. Oh, man. Things will get scary very quickly. Puck looking to be aggressive. There's actually just the 2 of them down here. There's the Haster. They'll hop forward. They'll catch the Ancient Apparition. They'll pick him off to start things off here. Now Puck takes some damage from U9. Rage from the Life Stealer. He'll just peace out. Black Hole used for the solo Puck.
Mark these words.
And they secure the kill, but well, I don't know about that use of the Black Hole. I don't know that it was worth it, because now IG, they'll just press up to the high ground, and they know that there's no Black Hole available. The Weaver ports in. He'll try and repel Mirana, but still, the tower's already been chipped away. was going to say the damage has been done. Not a lot of damage was done, but Black Hole is a really long cooldown. And of the two of them, Puck is not the value kill there. Really wanted to shut down the Lifestealer. Ancient Apparition for Puck is a good trade. Very aggressive from IG. But even just Roche is going to be up in right now. And there's no Black Hole for another 150 seconds. That should mean that IG should be able to secure a Roche pretty darn easily here, or feel pretty safe about it. Bottom lane, Burrow strike forward onto U9. YYF with open wounds. It'll just be too much damage. He'll Ghost Walk. They've got no gem, no detection. Oh no. One more auto attack would have had it, but he'll just walk away. Long range arrow connects on the Enigma. Now Z comes in, and that should be just an easy kill for the Mirana. Yep, Desolator. Doing too much work against the Enigma. He pops the mech, but it just doesn't do anything. Absolutely nothing. So Invoker survives, but Mirana actually probably looking for an arrow onto U9, finds a kill onto the Enigma. And now IG will just group up in the bottom lane. It'll be a 4-man push, and they will start to chip at the high ground tier 3 tower. Glyph is available for Tongfu. But now just about cooldown rotation. Infest Bomb inside the Sand King. Only level 2 epicenter, but he hops forward. Actually does catch the Ancient Apparition. Plenty of damage to bring him down. Rage from YYF. Presses forward into the Elder Titan. He's forced to Force Staff back. And now BKB Weaver doing a lot of damage. But just not enough. Sand King survives for now. Elder Titan just gets obliterated as Puck hops in. Down goes the Invoker. It's just too much damage. They secure the kill onto the Sand King. Weaver gets picked off shortly after. Without the BKB, he is just an easy kill. Still just does such little damage. Glyph available, but Tongfu have to be moments from the GG. IG just steamrolling them here. They won't be able to get the mid lane racks too easily. Tier 2 tower still standing. Tongfu won't even burn the Glyph to try and keep the bottom racks alive. It's just a solo Enigma. He's still got his 10-second BKB, but he's got no Black Hole. Now he's really regretting the use of that Black Hole on the Puck in the bottom lane, I'm sure. IGs forget about the mid lane. They just rotate up top. A little perturbed that there's no Glyph usage here. Tongfu need to make their one last stand. That's all they've got. It's all you can do, Lassie. One last fight. Ah, that's it. GG. Well played. And I think appropriately timed. IG just ran away with it. 20,000 gold, 25,000 experience.
IG victory.
IG victory. The lady said it right. So, a decent game one. Take a gander at the players here. IG, they look rather unenthused. That's expected. Chuan with his gaming face on. There you go. There's that victory. Everyone instantly going for the soda. You're not allowed to keep your drinks on the table. You got to hide them down below. I love it. And poor Tongfu. The sleepy eyes. Oh, Jesus. Good try, guys. What are we going to do next time? A decent match, though, and looking at standout stats, Enigma just a little bit of a greedy pick. They never really got to use any of the combo. He had a couple of Black Holes. There was one decent one on the Lifestealer, but all in all, no major game-turning Black Holes. They were just unable to utilize the Enigma as effectively as they would have liked. Elder Titan pretty much living up to his reputation, being that big clunky bastard that doesn't do a hell of a lot. Little lane presence and just doesn't transition well into that mid to late game. IG, on the other hand, Lifestealer, 3-1-7. He was in the off lane against 3 heroes. Made quite the recovery. But Puck, I think Faith was really the big playmaker. 2-2-12. He had a fast blink, ended up with a Veil of Discord. Good plays by the Sand King. We'll see who our MVP was on the WPC stream here in just a moment. But that was game number 1 of 4 for WPCA's coverage tonight, guys. I am Zyori, flying solo once again here in the upstairs studio on BTS 1. We'll have game 2 of IG versus Tongfu coming up next, and there you have it. It was Faith. He was the MVP player on that Sand King, making it happen. Captain 2-2-12. KDA of 4.7. He'll get a little bit of bonus gold IRL. We'll be back after this short break, guys. Game 2 coming up next.